Well, great. Glad you made it over here. Glad you opted in, and it is a smart move. Glad you made it to this webinar. My name's Rod Stinson. I'll be with you here for a little bit. I've got a lot of ground to cover. Hey, I'm not a professional speaker. I'm not a professional presenter. I'm a person just like you. I decided long ago that I really wanted to be home with my family, generate income from home, and I've been able to do that now here for the better part, successfully for the better part of 20 years. So I've got a lot of good information to share with you. Now you probably showed up because you read the copy on the first page and we talked about maybe you're angry because you're part of the 95% plus of the crowd that's not generating a full-time income from home. We're going to cover that. I'm going to show you exactly how you can generate a full income from home in the home-based business arena. Maybe you're a little bit upset or angry because you feel confused. There's so much out there today. It's very easy to be confused about what it takes to actually generate real income from home. We're going to clear that up on this webinar as well. Or maybe you're just a little bit upset because you feel like you've wasted a lot of time trying to actually make a home-based business work. Understand that. I was there as well. I'll share a little bit of my story here in this webinar. In fact, I was there for quite a long time. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. That's me standing there holding those checks and all those envelopes, and as it says, scribbled on this pizza box is a business model that puts 5 figures weekly in my pocket. Now I'm going to reveal this to you, this entire system on this webinar. How would you like folks eagerly sending you $14.97 and $3,497 cashier checks on a daily basis? Well, over the next 43 minutes or so, and I might go a little bit longer, so don't penalize me for that, but we're going to share exactly how you can do that with a lot of other extra information on this webinar. Now this video and this video content and the video design and the text, the graphics, and the selection and the arrangement thereof are copyrighted by Stinson and Associates. All rights are reserved. Any use of the materials on this video and website, including reproduction, modification, distribution, or republication without the prior written consent of Stinson Associates, is strictly prohibited. Discover how this simple formula scribbled on the back of this pizza box has complete strangers mailing me $14.97 and $3,497 cashier checks every single day, and many days I do better than that. Here's my first 17 days that I launched this system. I'm going to show you where I pulled in $32,455.97 to be exact. Now, throughout this presentation, I'll be showing you copies of checks that I get on a very frequent basis. Now, I'm not doing that to be braggadocious whatsoever. I think it's important for you to see the real facts that what I'm going to show you actually is working for me. It works for many other folks as well, and about the middle of this presentation I'm going to show you some pretty incredible stories of folks that are actually even doing better than I am with my own system. Now, does that mean that everybody that comes through the front doors of our business generates the kind of income I'm talking about here? Of course not. Anybody that tells you in any opportunity that every single person in that business is generating gobs of income, hey, run for the hills. They're lying to you. I don't know your work ethic. I don't know if you'll follow the directions. I don't know if you'll use the software that we're going to give you for free to generate this income. I don't know. So I can't say across the board everybody succeeds with our business. Many do, and I believe our success rate is higher than any industry out there, bar none. But the fact remains, not everybody makes income with the program. I do and many others do. So if you follow directions, you'll do quite well. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and move forward here. I do respect and value your time, so let me just tell you what this isn't. This isn't not network marketing or an MLM. This is not a gifting program. This is not an affiliate program, and nor is this investing or day trading. So if those are 4 things that you want to do, we're not going to be talking about those here. Also, you'll be happy to know that this requires no list. I didn't have one when I launched this. No marketing to family, friends, or relatives. No complicated internet marketing. No selling, pitching, explaining, or closing, and no merchant account needed at all, because folks will send you cashier checks if they want to get involved with you. Now also tonight we've got a large bonus. It's worth $6,708. The one-time bonus. It's going to be some business building software that you're going to receive, along with some one-on-one training by myself if I bring you aboard, or one of our team leaders. Normally we charge $350 per hour. You're going to get that for free with this business. And you're also going to get a big giant $5,467 positioning bonus, so you'll be able to generate serious income in your first 30 days or less. You're going to see some stories from folks that are generating a full-time income in their first 30 days, and we'll get to those in a moment. But that's pretty incredible, because as you know, most programs it takes a considerable amount of time to generate any real income that you can actually live off of. Now, here's a little bit of my story. This is my least favorite part of the presentation, but I do have a point to make here. I was a former machinist by trade, did that for 10 plus years. I started in the home-based business industry 23 years ago, and I've been full-time here now for for 22 years. I was a miserable failure for the first 4 years, and the marketing techniques I was being taught, they didn't work for me, like I find they don't work for most folks. Then I became a student of the direct response marketing industry, and I started applying direct response marketing techniques, and I hit a major financial home run with a particular business. I built direct response marketing filtering systems where highly qualified prospects pretty much begged to join me. My first system, pretty archaic by today's standards with all the technology we have, because as I told you, I've been doing this for some time, but back then it was just running a traditional ad, channeling people into a sizzle message, channeling people into a fax on demand, and then they channeled them into a teleseminar. And by doing that, in that particular program, I actually earned $5.5 million with that business and built a group of 134,000 distributors. That I went from being a blue-collar worker to a 4-year failure to generate that type of income in a very short time frame. Pretty incredible. Now, I've built 4 sales organizations totaling over 310,000 distributors. I've sold over $250 million worth of products. I've owned 2 direct sales network marketing companies. And I've spoken and trained tens of thousands of home-based business entrepreneurs now and live in 5 different countries. I've been fortunate enough to be the #1 money earner in 5 different programs, and I've built sales systems for products ranging from, with price points ranging from $29.95 to $15,625. And I've had the pleasure to help hundreds of folks and families to become absolutely financially free in our industry. Many have gone on to be bigger leaders in this industry and make more income than myself. I was just glad to be a causal factor of some of their success. Now, I certainly didn't tell you this to brag about what I've accomplished. I've got a point to make. I just feel it's important for you to know that I'm not a one-hit wonder and that my marketing systems have been able to be replicated in various different programs with various different products with various different price points for over 19 years now. So why is that important? Well, here's why. I really feel the biz op industry is littered with what I call one-hit or no-hit wonders, portraying themselves as gurus, and these folks couldn't replicate their success if their life depended on it, but have the nerve to enroll folks in programs and sell marketing techniques that they haven't really even proven that works for themselves, just for the sake of making a commission. I cannot tell you how much this irritates me to no end. I have a successful 19-year track record in this industry, and the pizza box formula is an instant cash generating method I use today, and what you're about ready to learn here is the exact marketing system I use to receive $14.97 and even $34.97 cashier checks on a daily basis. You'll soon own the exact method so you can do exactly the same thing. And I mean the exact same thing. I'm not going to leave anything out here. Don't you hate it when someone shares with you a business, you're pretty excited, but they leave out the critical part like how to build that actual business? Well, we're not going to do that here in this webinar. I'm actually going to show you exactly how I get folks and find folks that will gladly send you and gladly send me $14.97 and $34.97 cashier checks on a very, very frequent basis. A little bit more of my story here. Basically, this is when I actually was not even home on this particular time. I received $27,611. Well, let me rephrase that. I was home about 3 days out of this week. My daughters are competitive figure skaters, so we're on the road a lot. This is a great business because I can take it wherever we go, and we certainly do. And it was a nice figure skating event that my daughters were in. One of my daughters took first, another daughter took second, so we're pretty excited about that, and came home, and in the mailbox there was $27,611. Not bad for a week that I wasn't really home and I was building my business on the side part-time with a laptop and a cell phone. So you can take what you're going to hear here, this business, anywhere that you go. It's very portable. But that's really not an average week for me. This is kind of what an average week looks like for me when I'm building this business using the system I'm going to share with you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cashier checks that came in that particular week, and I believe, $14,982 is what I made this particular week. And that seems to be about the standard weeks I have in this business. Let me just show another week here. Here's another typical week where we have 5 cashier checks. And I believe that brought in just a little over $14,000 doing some quick, $14,823 for that particular week. Those seem to be standard weeks for me in this business. And as I've said, I've got associates that are using this system that do even better than that. I don't work it as hard as they do, and some of them are working a little bit harder and do a little bit better than I. And I'm glad to see that happen. You know, quite frankly, I think that's the real test of any business is, can people actually do better than the one that designed the system? And absolutely they do here. Now, let me just kind of finish up my story here. That's me sitting there in my office. This is what I did over my little 4.5, 5-year beach vacation, I guess you could say. It seemed like every time Chris and the kids and myself, it seems like every time we went and took a vacation, we'd end up on a beach somewhere. So about 5.5 years ago, we moved to the beach. In fact, if you look to the right there, as I'm doing this webinar for you, that's exactly what my view is. Also, although the weather is a little bit nicer today, it was a little bit hazy there, a little bit overcast, but that's exactly what I look at on a daily basis outside my window. And if I turn around behind me is my trading computers. That's kind of what I've done over the last 4.5, 5 years. I trade the currency market and trade the futures market. And I developed a trading system that takes about an hour a day. And after about doing that, after 4.5 years, got a little bit bored and wanted to start marketing something. And that's when I decided to get back into the marketing of a home-based business. Quite frankly, I kind of missed it. You know, when this business works right and we make a living helping other people to generate income and make a living as well, to be honest with you, I can't think of a better way to live. So I kind of missed that. I missed building a business, and I missed building systems, and I missed helping people generate income from home as well. So although I still trade in the morning, now I spend the rest of the day helping folks generate income from home. Came off my 4.5, 5 year vacation to do that, and I'm having a blast doing it and having a blast helping folks generate some real income. Now this is where the pizza box formula kind of came to be. Although after when I decided I wanted to get out there and start building another business, I did get involved with another business, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. And through building that business, a challenge popped up. Now I remember this challenge very well in the past before I took that little vacation. And this challenge, though, it's gotten far worse than it's ever been. And through my frustration of what I was experiencing there, I decided I needed to come up with a different game plan. You know, if the good Lord has blessed me with any ability in this industry, it's realizing when something's not working and tweaking it or going in an entire different direction and getting away from it. And I figured that what I was doing when I came off that 4.5 year vacation, what I was doing really wasn't working the way I thought it would. In fact, this challenge had gotten so bad that it was interrupting not only my own cash flow, I felt like I was telling people to do something that really wasn't going to work for them. And I just can't do that. So I sat on my balcony here outside my office, and I had an idea. And although I didn't have somebody take a photo of me when I had this idea and I was scribbling on this pizza box, this is kind of a reenactment, if you will. But the location's the same. The pizza from my favorite pizza joint down the street is the same. The tea and the location, the chair, and all that is exactly the same. That's usually why I have lunch on a daily basis. Enjoy watching the Pacific Ocean and eating some pizza. But I had an idea. I didn't want that idea to escape my mind like so often it does when we have great ideas. Now at the age of 50 it seems like that happens more and more. But in any event, I asked my daughter to throw me something to write with. She threw me the Sharpie and I scribbled it on the back of this pizza box. And that idea has turned out to be a windfall, not only for me, more importantly, for many, many folks here in America and many other countries. We now have reps all across the globe utilizing this formula I scribbled on the back of this pizza box. Now there's a couple things. Here's some things I didn't want to do. It was kind of my personal criteria when I was scribbling this plan. I didn't want to work with uncommitted home-based business entrepreneurs. I didn't want to adult babysit, motivate, or have to inspire others to do something, such as we do in MLM network marketing. I wanted to find already inspired, motivated people. I didn't want my income potential to be based on whether or not another person or entity had to stay active, order product, or recruit. Retention rates today in these type of programs are just too unpredictable. And I didn't want to spend hours daily marketing. I wanted kind of a marketing on demand type system. Why is that important? Well, here's why. You know, I know a lot of folks are going to be watching this webinar and watching this recording, and I know what's going on for you because I've been there, done that, and have that t-shirt. You've got involved with the home-based business industry, started making a little bit of money, maybe you've quit your job a little bit too soon, and you're sitting home trying to make your business work, and you're spending more time trying to make probably half the amount of money you did on that job. Although you're home with your family, you're really not present with your family because you're too busy trying to make your home-based business work, and most of that time is related to trying to figure out how to market it. And I know what happens. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that peddle and market their various different marketing ideas, how to generate leads, software programs, systems, and all that. And just as you buy one of these newfangled internet marketing techniques, and just as you think you've got it, 90 days later it's obsolete and you got to go buy the next one and learn that one. You kind of stay in that, what I call internet marketing black hole, never to return. I know it. I've been there. Well, I didn't want to be involved in that. I wanted a system or a marketing system where I could turn it on and turn it off, turn it on and turn it off. And I do that every day. To generate the type of income you're going to see on this webinar, I only market my business maybe a half an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, maybe at most 2 hours on a daily basis to generate 5 figures on a weekly basis. We're going to get into a lot of detail on how I do that in this webinar. I also didn't want to have to sell, explain, or close prospects. I only wanted to receive calls from prospects ready to purchase, and yes, they do. Everybody who calls me, 95% of them, do purchase. I didn't want to chase prospects. I don't. In fact, I have not chased a prospect in this industry for over 19 years. You know, there's a saying in our business that the fortune's in the follow-up. I think that's partly true, but really for me the fortune's been in the posture. You know, really when you're generating the amount of leads that I generate and the amount of leads that you will generate, you don't have to chase anybody. You'll get them chasing you when you have the right way to present your business to your prospects. Boy, that's a much better position to come from. That's a position of strength, and that's definitely not a position of desperation. That's how I've approached this business for close to 2 decades now. You're going to be able to do the exact same thing. So if immediate income is what you want, then pay attention because we're going to get into the pizza box formula. I believe it's the quickest way to make 5 figures per month, period. Now, although this business generates 5 figures on a weekly basis for me, I'm going to talk a lot about 5 figures per month. Why? Because I think that's where most people need to be today just to be able to squeak out a living. Particularly here in the state of California, 5 figures per month just barely gets it done, and quite frankly, it's probably where it is around most of the country. So we're going to show you how to generate 5 figures on a monthly basis. Now when I had this idea, I put it together and I did what I call a pre or soft launch on it. I actually launched it a week before Christmas. Kind of a bad time to launch anything, I think you'd agree, but a week before Christmas brought in $11,308. I was amazed. I knew based on what had happened a week before Christmas, this thing was going to be huge, and it's turned out to be very, very large. The bottom line is, that test proved to me that this was going to work. Took a few weeks off for Christmas, enjoyed all of that, and then began launching the business. And since then, it's been crazy. Absolutely crazy. So let's run through each step of the pizza box formula. I'll cover each of these steps in detail. But also tonight, you're going to get, because you're here, well, it's not even tonight, you may even be watching this in the morning, whatever, you want to respond by midnight tonight because we've got a $6,608 bonus that you can capture that's going to give you some lead generation software, our branded marketing system, you'll be positioned for maximum bonus within our compensation plan, and some personal one-on-one mentoring. So let's go ahead and move forward and get started here. Let me explain the pizza box formula here a little bit. What you're about ready to learn here is a detailed explanation of a system that can begin earning you a 5-figure monthly income in your first 30 days. This isn't theory. It's been earning myself anywhere from $22,000 to as much as $147,000 per month, and I've helped many others to do the same. This system is proven. The education you're going to get here really is priceless and can catapult you to the top earning level in the home-based business industry. Now, not only am I going to share with you the exact formula, I'm going to go a little bit deeper than that. I'm going to share with you the exact why and or how for each component of this formula, so you'll have complete understanding and confidence that it will work for you. Component number 1 of this formula is I only wanted to market a top tier program which would allow me to get paid instantly. I call this GPI income. Here's why. It's much easier for you and I to make 5 figures per month income in 30 days or less. I'm going to prove that. It's far less hassle. I'm going to prove that. And the time commitment is less and can be done on a part-time basis, and I do, and I'm going to prove that as well. Now, the market has changed dramatically. I don't want you to get blindsided and to set yourself up for failure. Remember when I said earlier, if the good Lord had blessed me with anything, was the ability to recognize when something's not working and move aside and do something else? Well, I recognized that when I came off my 4.5-year vacation, got involved with a business model that turned out to be what I would consider a failure. But I learned from that failure, and I'm going to share that with you so you can learn as well. I guarantee you that there are some folks out there that are not being truthful with you about a certain portion of our industry, and quite frankly, it's robbing millions of people from their success. So I'm going to reveal the truth here between top-tier programs versus low-tier residual programs, and I can guarantee you that there are folks that are not being honest with you about this. I'm going to kind of put my head on the chopping block here, but I'm going to do it for the sake of good so I can keep you steer clear of things that don't work. And a little bit of a fair warning here. What you're about ready to see here, I think really is scary real-life evidence that the biz-op industry has dramatically changed big time, particularly over the last 4.5, 5 years. So what you're about ready to see here, I don't think any top income earner has ever had the guts to actually share with you. And I'm going to share it with you with real-life evidence. And quite frankly, I'm pretty sure that you've had this same scenario happen for you, and somebody led you to believe that you were the only one having that happen to. Well, let me just be frank. That's a big fat lie. It isn't, and I'm going to prove that. This is what I would call the low-ticket skeleton in the closet that nobody really ever talks about, particularly the big hitters and the gurus. So I'm going to kind of, like I said, put my head on the chopping block and share with you real live evidence that what's happening to you happens to everybody, and it also robs you of your success. Now, when I decided that I want to get back out into the home-based business industry, I found a program that was in alignment with one of my passions. And, they say if you want to be successful, find something you like to do and go ahead and market that. Well, I enjoy trading, as I showed you earlier. And this particular company dealt with teaching people how to trade and educational type products. So I thought, okay, this is a good fit for me. I like the comp plan. I like the way it works. I'm going to get involved with this. The startup fee was low. It was $100 to get involved. But what was nice about it is it had a $100 monthly, or at least I thought it was nice, it had a $100 monthly membership program where people, when they participated every month and paid their $100 membership fee, we captured 100% as well. So it was a pretty powerful compensation plan. Let me show you how the numbers shook out for me. And again, these are screenshots of my back office, so you can see what I'm saying is actually true. When I decided to get involved with this program, from 10-1, as you can see here on the far left, from 10-1 to 10-14, I personally had sponsored 39 folks in this particular program. We'll move over here to the far right. From 10-17 to 10-30, I personally sponsored 34 more folks in the program. So in October of 2009, I personally brought in 73 new distributors to this business. Now, let me be clear here. That wasn't I recruited a few, and they recruited a few, and they recruited a few, and we ended up with 73 people total in the business. No, that was 73 people I personally brought in using the marketing, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So I personally brought in 73 people in October. Let's kind of speed it up here a little bit. October, November, and December, these were my recruiting numbers. In those 3 months, I personally had sponsored 167 new distributors. I think you would agree by any stretch of the imagination, those aren't bad recruiting numbers for personal production. In fact, I was the #1 recruiter for this particular opportunity. I started building this business and got excited about it and started bringing a lot of folks into this particular company. Let's see what that was actually producing over the long haul. Again, this is real live evidence. Folks, I'm not making this up. I'm going to share with you what exactly happened to me. And you know what? You're going to appreciate this because many of you, this is happening to you. But let's see what happened in the following slides. Here's the income it was producing. After that recruiting of 167 folks, this is what the group started producing. December 9th, this is what I earned that particular day. December 9th, 22 people had sent me $100 payments. So for that particular day, I made $2,200. Not bad for a day's worth of income, I think you would agree. Let's move ahead a little bit so show that there's a little bit of a pattern here. Move over to December 10th, a day later, you can see that there's $2,100. Now, if I was able to scroll up here, and I can on this PowerPoint, you'd see that that was pretty common. You'd see the 11th and the 12th, everything kind of coming in around this. Usually it was between $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700, $2,100, $2,200 for the day. So I think we'd all agree that's pretty good income for a daily basis. Let's move forward a little bit. We move up here to January the 9th, a month later, that we are at $1,700 for the day. Not too shabby. It's still pulling in a nice little income. We'll move forward again to another month later for that particular day, $1,900 worth of income for that particular day. Not too shabby. Pretty impressive, eh? Not hardly. Let's get down to the reality of what really happens. And I think many of you are going to appreciate what I'm about ready to share here because I just, the truth will set you free. And in this industry, the truth will set you free financially. A lot of success is hidden in this industry by getting away from doing the things we shouldn't be doing. But let's move forward here. Here's what happened. By the time this group began maturing, by the time these reps got into their 3rd, 4th, and 5th months, here's the reality of what had happened. By the time that happened, in April, I had 12 distributors left in the entire organization. Now let me show you how real bad that looks. Here we go, December 9th. Remember, showed you $2,200 for the day. Let's move over to April. The entire month of April, a whopping $1,200 for the month. Day? Month. Not too impressive, is it? Here's what basically happens. The attrition rate here was actually 93%. Month 3, 63% dropped out. Month 4, 18% dropped out. Month 5, another 12% dropped out. So residual income in these programs, for me, it's very, very, very questionable. I know these are the numbers you're experiencing as well. The industry as a whole, this is what they're experiencing as well. Even the traditional MLM network marketing industry is experiencing numbers like this. Did I make money in this opportunity? Absolutely. But would I do it again? No. I'm not going to do this type of business model again. It's way too much work. Just too much work. Besides sponsoring 167 distributors in this particular program, I was conducting 2 training webinars every single week. I was conducting 2 opportunity conference calls on a weekly basis. I was doing Q&A training calls every single Saturday, usually more. I was providing a complete marketing system so folks could duplicate my success, and I was fielding 30 to 50 phone calls daily. I remember days as high as 90 calls in a single day, and still, people would drop out. And as I said, still 93% actually quit the business. 93% with all of that support that was going on. So it's just something that we deal with today. And besides that, I was putting in 9 to 12 hours per day in this particular business, and I didn't come off a 4.5-year vacation to be a prisoner of my own home-based business. Honestly, this is about lifestyle, not buying ourselves a job. The challenge with low-ticket residual programs today is low-ticket attracts non-committed distributors. Low-ticket attracts program jumpers. Low-ticket distributors require more support, not less. And low-ticket residual programs pitch unrealistic income projections. And low-ticket residual programs no longer work long-term. The attrition rate is just way too high. I think you know what I'm talking about because the chances are you have this happening for you right now. The bottom line is, the internet has destroyed the retention rates for these type of programs. It's a fact, you and I both know it. The information buffer zone is gone. Your distributors get hit with multiple BizOp offers on a daily basis, and the internet really is the drug of choice for the BizOp junkie, and the internet has millions playing with what I call BizOp Lotto. Is there a solution to all this? Yeah, absolutely. But we got to stop what doesn't work anymore. I think we've all heard this. The best definition of insanity is doing what you've always done but expecting a different outcome. Well, let's stop doing what we've always done because the outcome is going to be the same. Let's do something a little bit different today. I'd ask you to step up your game and start earning what you're worth. Start making 1, 2, and even 3 years worth of commissions right up front on every single sale. I'm telling you, it can be done, and you're going to see why in a moment here. Let's look at this, for instance. And let's just isolate this one check, this $3,497 cashier check that was sent to me. Now, within the confines of the compensation plan I just showed you, which was more powerful than most folks' compensation plans. Most folks are working programs. If you're on an auto ship or a monthly membership, you're usually getting a fraction of whatever product the people that you bring in your business order, typically 10, 20, 30%. In that particular illustration I showed you, I was actually capturing 100% of every single cell. So even this illustration I'm going to show you doesn't even really apply to most folks, but just use it as an illustration because that's the one that I shared with you. Now, at this $3,497 cashier's check, within, again, the confines of the compensation plan I just showed you, how long would somebody have to stay active in that program for me to generate a $3,497 commission off that individual? Well, easy arithmetic tells us 34 months. Almost 3 years. For me to generate $3,500, that person in that program is going to have to be there 34, 35 months. Now let's just be real. What's the chances of somebody signing up in your program and hanging around the flagpole and committing their monthly money on a monthly basis for 3 years, almost 3 years straight? I think we all know the answer to that. It ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. We know that. Our world moves too quick today. Our industry moves too quick today. Heck, your distributors are in a program. They're having a bad week. They've got 10, 15, 20 different things sitting in their inbox right now that they're checking out and they're looking at, and probably going to be enticed by another 1, 2, or 3 of those. The bottom line is they're not going to stick around for 3 years. So I'm going to ask you to make 1, 2, or even 3 years worth of commissions right up front on every single sale. And by the way, this was actually for a day. This $8,491 I received in a single day. I've had days, and let me just kind of blow your mind here a little bit, I've had days where I've earned as high as $19,000 in a single day. Now I know we all get wrapped up into, well, residual income. I want residual income. I understand that, but I think a lot of times in our industry we throw out these one-liners and we hear them so often we start thinking that that's just the way it is. Now, if you're generating $10, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60, $70,000 on a monthly basis, and believe it or not, I have folks in this program that are doing all of that type of income. If you're generating $30,000 a month, could you not live on that, put some money away, and then put some money to work to create your own residual income? Good grief, if you couldn't, then your family's got some major financial challenges. The bottom line is, if you're making enough income, you could put the money to work to make your own residual income. Well, let me also share this with you. There's something that a lot of the so-called gurus or heavy hitters, and I hate those terms, but you know what I mean, a lot of them don't tell you that they're working a top tier program, generate serious money up front, and their MLM or network marketing or monthly membership or continuity program is their retirement or back-end income. They don't have it the other way around like so many folks that aren't making money, where you're out there trying to build a network marketing business which takes months if not years to generate real income if you can even do it. And then most folks don't even have a top tier program in their portfolio. And I say portfolio because we don't live in the 90s anymore, where me, in my traditional network marketing background, I taught folks in my seminars that you focus on one program and one program only, and that's all you do, and don't look at anything else. Well, that doesn't apply today. You know, we know what's happened to our economy in the last 3.5 years, and the bottom line is you or I or any of us should not be trusting our financial security, our family's financial security, to one income stream. That is financial suicide today. It is about multiple streams of income today. Now, a lot of people get this wrong. They got all these businesses they're working, and they're not really, you're not accomplishing anything because you're too unfocused with doing too many things at one time. But once you get one income stream up and spinning, you've got that system going. And my rule of thumb is when you have it up to making $7,000 to $15,000 on a monthly basis, you probably want to layer on another income stream. But the bottom line is we need multiple income streams running. And if you don't have a top tier program in your income portfolio, let me just be a matter of fact with you. You're leaving a ton of money on the table. You are. Here's what happened when I was operating that low ticket program. Many professional folks came to me in my marketing and said, Rod, it looked pretty good, but my income, I need to be up at 25, 30 grand per month. And I did the math here, and for me to get involved with this program and make 30K on a monthly basis, I'd have to sponsor 300 people. That looks like a ton of work for me. Thank you, but no thank you. I understood that. These are the folks that look at big numbers, and they figured out when I was working a top tier program, people of this caliber came to me and said, Rod, this looks pretty good. It seems like I only need to recruit 10 people or 15 or 20 people to make the kind of income I'm looking for. I'm in. Folks, I've seen people make 5 figures per month with what we're doing here with only 3 or 4 people recruited in a month using the marketing that we use. The bottom line is, the point I'm trying to make is, some of the best people that you want to bring in your business, if you don't have a top tier program to offer them, they're going to move on and find somebody that does. So you do want a top tier program in your income portfolio. I'm not saying get rid of your MLM or your network marketing deal. Not at all. But maybe you want to do what the big money players are doing in this business. Have a top tier program that makes your immediate income, makes the money to pay your bills, allows you to put some money away, and then use your smaller program as a way of generating a sideline or retirement type income. Doesn't that make better sense today? I think that it does. But in any event, let's move on here a little bit. Now, allow me to ask you a really stupid question, and it is pretty stupid, but if you had a mechanical marking system that would work without fail, that had no regard to whether it made you a $100 commission or a $3,497 commission, what commission level would you tell it to produce? It isn't a trick question, but I know a lot of times folks end up going for this, $100. I want to get you out of that frame of mind. But let me show you why you might still be picking $100. Let's get rid of this, what I call, as Zig Ziglar said, stinking thinking. You need a checkup from the neck up, as he used to say. I want to get you away from this because I want you more thinking on this time frame, on this income frame, because I'm going to show you how you can do that. But there's only really 2 reasons why you wouldn't choose $34.97. Number 1, you don't feel confident that you could find a qualified prospects willing to send you $34.97 cashier checks for our product or our programs. Not to worry, I've got that covered for you. Or number 2, you don't feel confident that you could personally sell a $34.97 product. Not to worry, I'm going to make all your sales for you. So let's move on to component number 2 of the pizza box formula: generate qualified prospects. Component number 1 is you really need a top tier program in your income portfolio. Number 2 is we're going to talk about how you can find folks that will gladly send you $14.97 and $34.97 cashier checks. Number 1, you're going to be generating gobs of leads using the software that I use. In fact, you're going to be generating 700 to 1,500 quality prospects on a daily basis. When you're generating this many prospects on a daily basis, it's pretty easy to find folks that want to do this business. It really is. Here's the problem though. 90% of the folks that are working a biz or income opportunity, they're really working the wrong kind of lead. Even worse, they're wasting money buying business opportunity seeker leads, long form survey leads, short form survey leads, single opt-in leads, double opt-in leads, real-time phone verified leads, real-time phone interview leads, redirect leads, pre-enrollee leads, bulk business opportunity email leads, and even exclusive leads. What do all these leads have in common? Let me tell you, they're all junk. They're all absolute junk. If you've ever guessed whether or not these are junk, let me tell you how most of these leads are generated. If you've got somebody sitting home, sitting on the couch during the day, watching reruns of Jerry Springer, eating bonbons, surfing the internet, and a pop-up window pops up and says, would you like to make $5,000 per month? If so, give us your name and email address and we'll put you in touch with somebody that will teach you how to make $5,000 per month from home. And then you call them and you get into your presentation about what the business is all about and finally get down to the fact that here's what it's going to cost to join, and you get this back from these prospects. What do you mean this is going to cost money? I thought I could start this business for nothing. If you've worked these leads, you know that what I say is true. If you don't get anything off this webinar, get this, stop buying leads. You don't have to. There are tools out there today that we use where you'll never ever have to buy a lead ever again. I would hate to be in the lead business now because I think that industry is going by the wayside. In any event, the worst method of all, and I still see people teaching this, and I can't even believe it's still being taught, is going out there and beating up on your family, friends, relatives, and neighbors. I mean, the other day I got on a webinar and basically they were teaching people how to get out the telephone book and look at all the occupations and avocations, and psychologists say by the time we reach age 21 we know 2,000 people on a first name basis, and if you need a memory jogger, break out the telephone book and look at all these occupations and avocations. Who do you know that's an accountant? Who do you know that's a carpenter? Who do you know is a plumber? Who do you know, and write those folks down, and there's your hit list. Go get them, Tiger. Is that not ridiculous? Who wants to do that? I don't do that. You won't do that. And I even see another worse method. People are out there teaching people to go to the local mall and attack strangers with your 2-minute elevator pitch and walk up to people, find the sharpest people you know in the bookstore or the mall and pitch them on your business. I mean, let's get our business out of the Stone Age. That's ridiculous. I still see people teaching to do that. I don't do any of that. I have not done that in over 20 years. So if you're here thinking that we're going to ask you to do that, no, not at all. None of that. Then to compound the problem on leads, most folks are just working the wrong kind of lead. The wrong kind of lead. I see this happening often. 19 years ago I figured this out, and since then I've been able to personally sponsor thousands of folks in whatever I'm doing. The only lead you should ever generate and work is what I call a BOB lead. A B-O-B lead, a business opportunity buyer. That's right, somebody that's already in a business opportunity. Now, most people I know right now, their eyes are crossing over. They're saying, huh? Why would I want to talk to somebody that's currently already in a business? Well, we're going to get to that in a moment, but this is where the wealth is in this industry, and a lot of folks aren't taught to do this. But here's one of the reasons why, a few reasons why. These folks already understand the importance and reasons why they should have a home-based business. There's no convincing necessary. These folks already have skill sets that may apply nicely to the right business opportunity model. They know what to do, so there's less training. And on any given day, there are tens of thousands of business opportunity entrepreneurs that are open to another or better income stream. These are just a fact, folks. So these are 3 reasons why you want to find somebody that's currently already in business. Well, you may say, okay, Rod, that's great. Where do you find these type of leads? Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to show you exactly how I find them. I use software that locates these folks for me every single day. In fact, I market to more qualified prospects, and you will as well, in a single day than most folks do in a month, 2, or 3. This is how we can find folks that are in our market, our target market, that want to get involved in a big ticket program. I'm going to market to more folks in a single day than most folks do in a month, 2, or even 3 months. Here's a sample. I'll use this software on the left to go out there and find, in 34 minutes, 3,378 leads to market to. I see companies selling these quality of leads for as much as $1, if not more. You will have the software I'm talking about here for free, so you can generate all the leads you'll ever need to build anything for free. It's a big part of what we do and what makes it work. But here's 3,378 leads I located in 34 minutes. And again, you're going to get the software absolutely free because you're at this webinar. And if you contact your inviter by midnight tonight, we're going to throw this in there to help you out. Now let me give you the 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 rule. This is when I told folks on the 3 slides previous, when people went, huh? They're already in a business opportunity. Why would I even go after these folks? Well, let me tell you why. Remember that batch, this batch here of 3,378 qualified leads? Well, 1/3 of these folks, they have what I call the 90s blinders on. they're just going to focus on the one business, and they just believe one income stream is okay. I don't know where they've been for the last 3.5 years, but you know what? I'm not going to try to convince them. If they want to stay with one business, they can stay there. That's fine. So 1/3 of these folks, they're, I guess, not in touch with reality, but they're untouchable. We'll leave them alone and let them have their one program. Another third of these folks, they're actually open to adding another income stream to their portfolio. They believe that leaving their family financial security to one income stream is just silly in today's market, in today's age, so they're going to go out there and say, yes, I could use another income stream. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I understand that. Another third of this list, they're actually kind of upset. They're irritated. They're angry. They're just not real happy with what they're doing. It's not working. They realize it's not working, and they're looking for something else. They're another third. So on this list, out of these 3,378 qualified prospects, 2/3 are open to my message. That means I have a great audience here. They're already in a business opportunity. That's how I found them, and 2/3 of them are open. Kind of cool. I guarantee working this many leads daily, I'll locate, and you'll locate at least 1 to 3 people that are fed up with low retention rates, fed up with adult babysitting, fed up with bonus checks that don't match the effort they're putting in, and they're looking for a much easier way to make 5 figures on a monthly basis. And here's the good news. I'll work all of these leads in about 20 minutes or less. Here's how. I'm going to use software to get my marketing message out to these 3,378 folks in 20 minutes or less. Is that serious leverage? And by doing that, I will locate a handful of people in this particular way that I get the message out. I'll locate a handful of people that will have interest in my business. You know, most folks don't work this many leads in a month, 2 or 3, and I'm being kind of generous there. Sometimes they don't work this many leads in an entire year. We're going to do it in about 20 minutes. This software, you're going to get free as well. Because you're at this webinar and you contact your inviter by midnight tonight, we're going to throw this software in as well. So not only are you generating the right kind of leads, you're also getting a message out to the right kind of leads. So this is going to make the business even that much easier for you as well. Now we're talking some serious leverage here, using these tools to guarantee our success. You know, I think one of the reasons I've learned to use tools in this business is my background for over a decade. I was a machinist in the aerospace industry. I could not do my job without tools. Tools helped me leverage what I was building or making in the aerospace industry. Same here. The tools help leverage this business. I've used the tools for the last 19, 20 years, and it's helped me out tremendously. Again, this is some serious leverage to help you build your business. So, number one, you're going to know how to go out there and find folks. Number two, maybe you don't feel confident that you could personally sell a $14.97 or a $34.97 program or product because you feel like you're going to have to make all the sales. Not at all. I'm going to make all the sales for you. So component number 3 of the Pizza Box formula is, one of them is the teleseminar, and now soon our webinar, which is branded to you. Our webinar and teleseminar branded marketing systems, which works extremely well. Now, I don't want you ever to try and sell our program or products. Allow me to sell all your prospects for you. Every $14.97 product package and every $34.97 product package, I will sell for you, and here's the kicker. You're going to receive 100% of the sale. Because of this webinar and because you're here, what we're offering here is going to allow you to capture 100% of every sale, and I'm going to get to that in a moment. That's why you need to hang tight to the back end. Let me repeat that. You're going to make 100% of every single sale. Every $14.97 and $34.97 sale I make for you with this system, you keep all of that. That's why we have folks making some incredible incomes you're going to see here in a moment. So again, this system is going to send prospects ready to buy right back to you. They don't go through this system and ring your phone because they're not serious. 95% plus of the folks that call me, they're calling me to find out where they need to send their cashier's check. Good news is that can happen for you as well. One of the methods is the teleseminar opt-in website, which is branded to you. People go to the website, they opt in, we brand this to you, they get to the teleseminar. When they get to the teleseminar, or get to that page, by the way, they're going to pull up a PDF which is branded to you with your picture, your phone number, your contact information. They listen to my 24 teleseminar. If they like what they hear, then they call you back and they figure out where they're going to send that cashier's check straight to you so they can get involved with their business. All this is branded to you with me doing the teleseminar 24/7, 7 days a week. I just made 2 sales yesterday with this teleseminar. It works quite well. In fact, this system that you see right here has done millions of dollars worth of sales for our associates. Works extremely well. It allows you to make sales with you doing no explaining, no convincing, no closing, no overcoming objections. You're not doing any of that. Folks see that there's a system in place that can help them build this business. Let me let you in on a little bit of a nugget here, a little bit of a tip here. You have a question going on in the back of your mind right now as you're watching this webinar. All your prospects have this question going on in the back of their mind when they're watching a webinar or being presented a business opportunity. I have it every time I'm looking at something. And if this question can be answered in the presentation, you become a sponsoring magnet and you can write your own check in this industry. Here's the question going on for you and everybody else that's looking at a business. The question is, can I do this? Can I do this? And if what we do is answering that question in the prospect's mind, that's when they align themselves with you. Quite frankly, I don't want to sell. I don't want to pitch. I don't want to explain. I don't want to be held hostage on the phone for 30, 40 minutes with all my prospects explaining the program. I don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. And guess what? Your prospects don't want to do it either. I create systems that work very well that answers that question in the back of your prospect's mind that they can do this. And they most certainly can, because we have people from all walks of life generating 5 figures on a monthly basis using these systems. This entire marketing system will be branded to you with me doing all the selling and all the closing and sending you a paying prospect right back to you. And again, it works extremely well. Another system that we're launching is, and you're on it right now, is our 24/7 webinar marketing system, where your prospects watch this webinar, which gets them right back to you as well. And this is also branded to you. So they opt in, they go to the website, they watch the webinar, and if they like what they hear, they need to contact you, send you the cashier's check, and we're often going repeating, kind of rinse and repeating the same process. This whole business model is geared to get you the sell without you ever having to sell. It works extremely well. You're going to get the teleseminar one for free, so that's kind of nice. Basically, here's a nice little month for me. $42,937 worth of cashier checks. That's a $14.97 and a $34.97 cashier checks laying there on the table. $42,000 worth in 1 month. I don't even believe I worked full time here. No, I was actually 12 to 15 hours per week. I have a nice sized organization I'm supporting, so I don't even leverage this system as much as I could, but it still generates a nice sizable income on a monthly basis, and has created it has generated for me a 5-figure monthly income since I've started. Actually a 5-figure weekly income. Here's some of the success stories that we have here, and I'll just feature a few of them. I could go slide after slide after slide, but here's Lynn, where she made $9,200 her first month. Here's Chuck, who makes $5,000 to $7,000 on a weekly basis. Eric made $18,982 in his first 2 weeks. There's Bruce over here that receives 2 to 5 cashier checks every week, earned 5 figures his first month in the business. Trish made $27,000 her first 30 days. We've got Ken here, made $33,000 his first 48 hours. And we have Christina here, who just in her first 12 days, very part-time, made $5,988. Larry made $3,000 his first week. Carol here, $25,000 her first month in the business. Ted made $14,000 his first 10 days. We've got here Clinton, who made 2 $14.97 sales in his first 7 days. Mike generated $69.94 his first 5 days. Folks, I could go on and on and on. Just have gobs of folks that are sending me testimonies how well this business is working for them. Now again, does this mean it's going to happen for you just like this? I don't know. I don't know if you apply this system the way we're going to teach it. If you do, it'll work very well for you. I don't know what your work ethic is. These folks are not average individuals. They've taken the system, they've ran with it, and therefore have become financially free. The same thing could happen to you if you do exactly what these folks are doing, and you use our system the way it's designed. The bottom line is, we've got folks from all different walks of life that are doing very well with this system, no doubt about it. One of the nice things about the teleseminar system is it works 24/7 for you, and it will generate sales with you not having to do any selling, no explaining, no convincing, and no closing. It works very, very well, and so does this webinar system as well. And then your prospects are going to receive a fast action bonus, or a reason to act. Naturally, we all like to procrastinate. That's just kind of our nature, I guess. We'll all give your prospects a reason to call you back, depending on what time limit I have on the bonus, but I'll make sure they get back to you if they're even slightly serious. So we're going to give them a reason to act now, which helps your sales incredibly. Now, One of the nice things about this business is folks get not only their fast start bonus with our system, they're also becoming a rep for PWS. And these are some of the products that you get with PWS. You can see these screenshots and pictures of the products. You're also going to get their tools in their back office and various different items that PWS offers. And then you're going to get our startup system, which pretty much has allowed us, just to be very frank with you, to dominate this particular company. 99% of all the distributors that come into PWS come through our marketing system. Why? Because it works. And you're going to have the exact same marketing system that even those stories you just saw that I just shared with you, that are the exact system those folks are using to generate sales on a weekly and a monthly basis. So you become a rep for PWS, and then we build you a branded marketing system so you can market PWS to go ahead and succeed. It's like we have XYZ company over on the left, and over on the right we're going to arm you with a marketing system that's going to allow you to generate sales for XYZ company. Again, this has worked incredibly well, and I think you're catching a glimmer of that. This marketing system is making me 1 to 2 sales per day. Many days it's done much better than that, but I'll just take the conservative approach and say 1 to 2 sales on a daily basis. And as I said, we've got people doing even better than that. Here's our 32,000 in just 17 days. Again, I think this is the easiest way, based on what I've done and many have done, to generate 5 figures on a monthly basis. And you're not going to chase any prospects. Our system will even follow up with your prospects and get them to another event so they can get another look at why they should be part of this business and why they need to call you back and why they need to send you a $1,497 or $3,497 cashier's check. And we even have an earning component within this business model where you can generate income for those that tell you no. See, I know a lot of folks. I've been in this business for a while. I know a fair amount of folks, for whatever reason, they're not going to align themselves with you. That's okay. You can still make income. I generate anywhere from an extra $4,000, and here I show an extra $11,200 this particular month from folks that declined on my opportunity. And basically, it comes down like this. If I generate a lead and we start talking and we decide that this isn't a good fit for them, or they decide it's not a good fit for them, I'll just ask Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, what do you do for leads? Very rarely do I get a very detailed, concise answer when I ask that question. And I'll say, well, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, obviously what I do to generate leads works, or otherwise you and I would have never got to know each other. You need these tools to help build that business you want to stay with. I respect the fact you want to stay with that business. Let's get you some of these tools so you can start generating leads for that business. Many folks take me up on this offer, and I'll teach you on my trainings how you can do this and what you need to say to generate income. But in this particular month, for folks that told me no, I made $11,200. I'll show you how to generate thousands of dollars on a monthly basis for those that even decline on this opportunity. Again, we have multiple streams of income within this one income stream. Kind of nice. So let's recap a little bit. Here's why folks will align themselves with you in this business. Number one, they're getting a position in PWS where they're going to make 100% of every $14.97 and $34.97 sale along with their products. Number two, you're going to be arming them and giving them some software where they can generate more leads in a single day than most folks do in 30 days, if not more. The next thing they're going to get is they're going to get software where they can get a message out to their leads in 1 hour or less. They're going to work more leads in 1 hour or less than most folks do in 30 days, which is pretty compelling. They're going to be getting a system that will sift, sort, and select their best prospects, get their phone ringing where they're doing no selling, no explaining, no closing, no convincing, none of that. And then they're going to get a fast action, act now type bonus, which is going to allow them to say, I need to do this and I need to respond by now, so I need to get my check off to my inviter so I can get involved and capture all these bonuses. Again, it's very compelling. It's kind of it's a business all under one umbrella. Everything's there. The company's there, the compensation plan's there, the product's there, the way of generating leads is there, the way to get your message out to your leads is there, the way to filter your leads so you're only dealing with serious folks, not tire kickers, not looky-loos, not wannabes. They didn't go through this whole filtering system and call you because they're not serious. They are serious. You'd have to really blow that phone call not to get them to sign up with you. Chances are most folks call me because they just want to know where they can send the cashier's check. The nice thing, they'll be doing that for you as well. This is the system your prospects are looking for, no doubt about it. Does this type of a system work? Absolutely. I've sold over $250 million worth of products with systems like this. That's usually out of a spare bedroom, out of whatever home that we were living in. That's $250 million with a B worth of products. Folks, I've done this. I was a machinist by trade. I failed in this industry for 4 years. I barely got through high school. If an average guy like myself, a blue-collar worker, can sell over $250 million worth of products with systems, because systems are the solution, systems are duplicatable, people are not, I know you can as well. And by the way, this is proven. We have enough facts and evidence and proof that others are making it work. There's no reason why you can as well. This is a system your prospects are looking for. There's an ever-growing market of business opportunities that are fed up with overhyped, slow-paying, low retention, over-promising, under-delivering compensation plans. Folks need to make real income today and have a strong interest in GPI programs, getting paid immediately. Serious business opportunities, we don't want to mess around with folks that are not serious. The Secret Format Teleseminar and webinar system filters out the looky-loos, the tire kickers, and sends you a solid prospect that's ready to enroll with you without you ever having to sell, pitch, explain, overcome objections, or even close. No longer will generating the right kind of prospect be a mystery to you. With these tools, we will provide, and you will provide yourself, with quality B.O.B. prospects that will be created on demand, with tools delivering the marketing message to thousands within minutes. Compressing this type of activity into small time chunks allows you to leverage and generate top-tier sales daily rather than weekly or monthly. And most importantly, your prospects will be exposed to a program combined with a marketing system that they feel they can do, and they most certainly can. This is really the easiest way to begin making 5 figures per month income in your first 30 days and every 30 days thereafter. But I'm about ready to make it even easier for you. Myself and our team leaders are willing to offer you something that's just absolutely over the top here. And here's why. We will personally invest 400% more in your startup than you will, and give you a fast start setup bonus worth $6,708. And let's talk about what that is all about. Number one, you're going to receive this software that's worth $300 so you can generate as many leads as you need, not only for this business, you're probably working other businesses, and this software will allow you to generate leads for that business as well. Let's face the facts. If you don't have leads, you don't really have anything. And we're going to show you not only how to use this software, we'll train you how to really maximize this software, and you're going to use this to build this business. That software will be $300. We're going to throw that in for free. So bonus number one for you, because you're at this webinar, is you're going to get your software for free. Bonus number two is we're going to give you the software so you can get the message out to these leads. That's a big deal. You can generate the leads, but if you can't get the message out to them, who cares? And we're going to go even a step further. We're going to show you and give you the messages that you need to get out to these leads in the various different ways that we do that. So you don't have to sit there saying, I've got the software, but I don't know how to use it, don't know how to generate the leads, and I don't know exactly what message I need to send out to the leads. No, we've tested all that. We'll give you the copy and what we send out to leads to get them to act and get them to your filtering system, which is branded to you. So bonus number one is you get the lead generation software. Bonus number two, you're going to get the prospecting software as well. Bonus number three is you're going to get the teleseminar filtering method here that I use and many of you use that has generated millions of dollars worth of sales. That normally would cost $197. Now, I put that figure on it because I don't want to fall into the hypiness of our industry. You know, if you've been in the biz op industry for more than 15 minutes, you've already received your fair share of hype. But what is this really worth? Well, it's certainly worth a lot more than $197 because myself and many others are generating 5 figures on a weekly, if not monthly basis. But we'll put a figure on there. You're going to get that free as well, branded to you with autoresponder and everything intact. So that's bonus number one, bonus number two, and bonus number three. Bonus number four is you're going to get my postcard manual. I've been using postcards for the better part of 15 years now. I have never, ever had a postcard campaign not produce a profit. Every tip, every trick, every strategy, every method that I use to use postcards to become profitable, you're going to have in my manual. So you'll be able to go out there and use postcards, not only again for this business or any other business that you're working. So bonus number one is you get the software to generate the leads. Bonus number two, you get the software to go out there and prospect those leads. Bonus number three, you're going to get your branded marketing system, the teleseminar system, for free. Bonus number four, you're going to get my postcard manual. And then let's go over bonus number five, which is going to be the huge bonus, is you're going to be positioned in this compensation plan to make 100% of the income. Now let me explain our comp plan, which does not qualify for you because you're at this webinar, but let me explain how our comp plan works. And by the way, a little bit of a tip or a nugget on comp plans. If the comp plan of the program you're getting ready to be part of, if it takes longer to explain than it does to suck on a tic-tac, I guarantee you the compensation plan has breakage, it has hidden gotchas, it has methods in there that's going to keep the money from you. Well, not here. We have a very simple comp plan. Normally, under normal conditions, outside of what you're being offered here, if you generate a $14.97 sale, and if you want to keep 100% of that sale, real simple. All you need to do is send a $14.97 sale to your sponsor. One sale goes to your sponsor. Now you're qualified for life for every sale thereafter to make $14.97. If you want to keep 100% of every $3,497 sale that comes to you, real simple. One sale of $3,497 needs to be sent to your sponsor. Now you're qualified for life to generate a generate 100% commission every $34.97 sale. Well, that is not your deal because you're here right now. Your deal is tonight, or at this webinar by midnight tonight, if you contact the person that invited you to this webinar, and their contact information is at the bottom of this webinar, if you contact them back, here's what we're going to offer you by midnight tonight. If you come in at $1,497, here's what we're going to do for you. Number one, your passive sale qualification is met. But it gets even better than that. Number two, you're also going to be qualified at the $3,497 level. Let me repeat that. If you come in by midnight tonight at this webinar and your sponsor's contact information is below this video, you come in at $14.97 by tonight, you're qualified to make 100% of every $14.97 sale that comes into you, and you're also qualified to generate and make 100% of every $3,497 sale that comes to you. And we teach you on your trainings how folks will upgrade to this level, so many times, rather than coming in at $14.97, they'll come in at $3,497, and you're going to keep 100% of both of each sale. So you'll be qualified for both sales. That is a huge bonus. That puts you in position to make 100% of every $14.97 and 100% of every $3,497 sale. So basically your bonus structure looks like this. You've got bonus number one, you've got your lead generation software. Bonus number two, you've got your prospecting software. Bonus number three, you've got your teleseminar branding system. Bonus number four, you've got my postcard manual. And bonus number five, which is the big one, it's worth $5,497. You've got qualification in the comp plan to make 100% of every single sale. Folks, that's big. That puts you on a position in the exact same program I have and how I generate this type of, you'll be in the comp plan the same way I'm in the comp plan. So that brings your entire bonus schedule up to $6,708. Kind of nice. What you've been offered here is a turnkey, ready-to-go business in a box. This really is the easiest way to put 5 figures per month in your pocket, bar none. Number one, you've got a top-tier program where you earn 100% of every single sale. Number two, you've got lead generation software where you can generate 700 to 1,500 or not more, maybe more prospects on a daily basis. Number three, you've got the software where you're going to get that message out to those leads very, very quickly. And number four, you've got a marketing system where you're doing none of this explaining, none of the selling, no closing. You're not doing any of that. This entire business in the box is geared so folks can send you the cashier check and align themselves in your business. So you've got a top-tier program. You've got a way to generate 700 to 1,500, if not more, leads on a daily basis. You've got software to get the message out, and we'll even show you what to get out to those leads so you can get them to your filtering method. And then you've got that marketing system or the filtering method where it'll qualify those prospects for you. It will sort, sift, and select the best prospects, get people calling you that want to align themselves with you, and send you a $1,497 or $3,497 sale. When was the last time you saw a business where everything was contained all in one place? Quite frankly, I've never seen it. It's all right here, right for you. So if you want to secure your bonus that's mentioned on this webinar, we also have another special, what we'd call a mystery bonus, which was sent out an email to our team leaders, which I haven't even discussed right here, which gets the bonus schedule even greater. You definitely will want to call back whoever invited you to this webinar, because we're going to include something in here, a special additional 2 other bonuses that will make this bonus schedule that we're offering even much, much greater, with some other software as well, which will make it even better to build your business. So just as it stands, bonus number 1, you've got the $300 software. Bonus number 2, you've got the $647 worth of prospecting software. Bonus number 3, you've got the branded teleseminar system. Bonus number 4, you've got the postcard manual. And bonus number 5, you're in there with qualification on both levels at $34.97 and $14.97, capturing 100% commission on both those sales. And then this week, our team leaders, which your team leader is just below here, this video, well, we've got an additional 2 other bonuses we're going to offer you by midnight tonight. So you want to definitely get back to whoever invited you here and find out, not only will you capture these 5 bonuses, we've got 2 other additional bonuses to give to you tonight as well. So how would you like to start having weeks like this, with folks sending you cashier check money orders just like this? Be kind of nice. Or how would you like to have days like this? This is pretty common for myself and pretty common for many others as well. It's nice when you can receive a year, 2 or 3 years worth of commissions right up front. This makes a nice income on a daily basis. I think you agree. Kind of nice. And here's where actually I had generated $37,467 in 12 days. And there's me standing on my favorite porch again with a handful of checks and some envelopes with the old pizza box formula. It works extremely well. This was a great 12 days. Again, not normal, but I've been able to generate pretty much on like clockwork 5 figures on a weekly basis. So here's $37,467 in only 12 days. So here's what you really want to do here. To take advantage of this and get the $6,708 startup bonus and the additional one-time bonus for this week, again, our team leaders have been emailed a special bonus that were included in this offer, which you're going to be tickled to death to see what that is. It'll help you build this business. You definitely want to get back to the person that got you to the website, got you to opt in, and got you to watch this video. Folks, this is tried, it's true, it's tested, it's proven. We've got plenty of folks that are generating the income that we're talking about. The only thing that might be missing is your success story. So definitely want to get back to the person that invited you to this webinar, get any questions you have answered, but by all means, get plugged in, get the system, get the bonuses, get positioned in within the compensation plan where you're making 100% of every sale, and then you'll be able to attend our trainings and our webinars to help you move along and make sure that your financial dreams become an absolute reality. I thank you for being here, and the best thing you can do is just look below this video. Your team leaders there, call them back, and go ahead and get started. I want to thank you for your time, thank you for being here, and God bless you. Bye for now.